Greetings to all of you, my dear sisters and brothers and my dear friends. A warm welcome to all of you from your Pastor Yeti. In the secret place, Psalm 134, blessing God by faithful service. Our key verse for today is, lift up your hands to the sanctuary and bless the Lord. This is the third psalm of the last four that has only 3 verses. But the message of these few brief verses is significant. We are to bless the Lord. It is awesome to think that God, who is all-powerful and sovereign over the universe, the one who is all-sufficient and has no needs or lacks anything, can be blessed by us. He longs for our worship and for us to serve Him. We are told to lift up our hands to the sanctuary. It is not the building or place that is holy, but is to be the revered and worshipped, but the fact that the sanctuary is a place of God's habitation. We often call the worship centers at our churches sanctuaries, because they are supposedly the place where God meets His people. It should not be just this special place of worship, but we should be so aware of God's presence that the whole world is seen as His sanctuary. Our bodies should be, and are, the sanctuary of God's presence. 1 Corinthians 3:16 says, do you not know that you are a temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? So we are to lift up hands in worship to the Lord. Lifting up our hands in prayer and worship is becoming a more common posture for praise and worship. It is unfortunate that many look on this gesture with disdain, as a show of spiritual rather than as an impression of a genuine focus on God. We are instructed to lift up our hands because this is a symbol of submission to one who is exalted. It is reaching out in desire for the fullness of God's Spirit to be received and welcomed into our lives, but it also represents an attitude of surrender to Him. It is amusing to realize this on an analogy of the Wild West outlaws who have been caught and raise their hands in surrender. It means they are no longer going to fight and resist arrest. They have thrown down their weapons and have nothing in their hands. God is blessed, indeed, when we lift our hands in worship as a genuine demonstration that we hold nothing of merit in ourselves, but some in total surrender and submission to His Lordship. This psalm is directed to those who served by night in the house of the Lord. There were always Levites or priests on duty in the tabernacle and later in the temple. Since there were so many of them, they served on a rotation basis. Those serving at night were not in a prominent position, such as those who led the ceremonies and conducted the sacrifices when the people gathering during the day, but they served an important function. They are like so many of God's servants today who are served behind the scenes. They are not on the platform before others, preaching sermons, leading others, and getting high-profile recognition. They are like many in the church and in any organization who perform menial tasks and routine functions that are necessary. Whether secretaries, custodial staff caring for faculties, those who provide business service for missionaries, technical support, and a plethora of other devices, they are servants of the Lord, and their service blesses the Lord. Those who are faithful in their service, though unseen and never receiving the acclaim of others, will be blessed by the Lord. Pray with me. Lord, may I be as those servants who worship and stand before you through the night, faithful at all times. As I lift my hands in submission to you, may it not just be a physical posture, but represent the surrendering and the surrender of my life. May my worship truly bless your name. I pray this in the powerful name of your Son, Jesus the Christ. I cannot say it enough, my dear ones. In everything you do, you are that living sacrifice. And with this body, the in and the outside, you bless the Lord. God will bless you. And God is a blessed God. But we have to give back. And we don't have to give an offer of bulls. This is past. This was the old covenant. We are living in the new covenant. We are a living sacrifice. Christ did it for all of us. And so we come as we surrender to Christ with a full understanding that our life is a living sacrifice in everything we do. My dear ones, you walk on holy ground. Never forget that. Every step you take is a path in the light or a path that you walk in darkness. You have a choice. We always have a choice. And it's indeed truth. The sanctuary is not only in the church. The sanctuary and the worshiping of God is through our life in this world, wherever we go. And if the people don't see it, who are the ones who are lost in this world, then we have a question that maybe we can be answered or not. So where are we? What is the purpose of our life? It's worshiping God. It's giving back the honor and the glory to Him, our shepherd. Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. This is your Pastor Yadi. I love you guys. Bye.